guys, I'm Clarke, and today I'm having a look at what I think is a brilliant way of getting all your favourite pedals for a fraction of the price. What I'm talking about is Jedsped's pedal kits. Essentially, you go on Jedsped's website and you can choose from a multitude of different circuits, all cloned from famous pedals. So I chose the Way Huge Red Llama, a pedal I've always loved the sound of, and I thought this would be quite a cool opportunity to try out Jedsped's. So what happens is you go on their website, pick your circuit, and you can choose whether you just want the circuit, whether you want an enclosure, whether you want it pre-drilled, and of course whether you want them to build it for you. Now, a Way Huge Red Llama comes in at £149. If you get Jedsped's to build it for you, which is of course the most expensive option, it comes in at £82. So not far off half price. If you do what I did and decide to have the fun of building it yourself, then even with a pre-drilled enclosure, it comes in at £32. Less than a quarter of what it would have cost if you'd bought it from Way Huge. So, when it shows up, you get a little plastic bag like this. You can see Jedsped's lovely logo there. And inside here, we have the enclosure, which you can see has already been pre-drilled with the holes for the LED switch and two knobs. And if I open this up, we have a load of components, even more in here, if I can do it without pouring them everywhere. So you can see all the components in there, switches, well, one switch, pots, jacks, wire, and crucially, the lovely PCB there. So the idea is it's already been set up with everything wired up the way you need it on the PCB, and you just need to solder in the components necessary using the instruction sheet that you can download from their website. Now, I'm going to do a time-lapse of the whole build process, but if you don't want to see that and just want to get straight into the sounds, then skip to the timestamp on screen now. Okay, so as you can see, I have finished the pedal now. It took a bit longer than expected, purely down to the way I decided to paint this. When I've done pedal builds in the past, I've either had them powder coated or I've spray painted them, and I must say that is definitely the way to go. For this, I decided to go a slightly different way and actually brush paint it with some satin white paint to get a bit of texture. And then my girlfriend drew the llama on it, obviously because it's a red llama clone, and then I glossed over the top. I quite like the results, but I got quite impatient with the amount of coats that were required to get the coverage. So around the sides and stuff, there's quite a lot of sort of drips and stuff, but that's just my inadequacy. I've lovingly named it the Silly Llama Fuzz. The build process in general was really fun. It's definitely more in depth than something like the Not a Dumble that I did in a past video. It's definitely more thought required. You've got to take your time and really make sure you understand the components you're soldering on, and obviously you need a bit of soldering ability. No one mock my soldering ability from the time lapse, by the way. Just going to put that out there. I should note before I get into the sounds that it says volume and tone. It's actually volume and gain. I just wanted to use these bright red Strat knobs that I had because Red Llama. But obviously there's no gain knob on a Strat, so I use the tone knob. So the one that says tone is actually the gain. The one that says volume is in fact volume. So here's the clean sound. Nice. Okay, let's try winding the gain down a bit. I should note that when the words are horizontal, that is 12 o'clock. I particularly like the way this pedal sounds on the net pickup. It's quite a smooth sounding fuzz. Before I get on with the next part of the video, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying the video, then please do consider subscribing. It's a brilliant way of supporting the channel, and of course, it's completely free. If you want to support the channel even more, then you could have a look at the merch link down below, or you could consider becoming a member. It's less than £5 a month, and you get early access to videos, access to a private chat room with myself and the other members where we discuss all guitar nerdery stuff, as well as updates as to new gear I'm getting, new techniques I'm working on the guitar, and just general stuff about my life as a musician. So if any of that stuff sounds interesting, check out the links below. Alright, let's try gunning the gain, see what happens. Cleans up really nicely as well. Okay, let's try pushing the volume a little bit. So, tone, or sorry, gain, back to 12 o'clock. Let's push the volume up a bit. Overloading anything? I don't think so. This might be that psychological thing where if you crank it up louder, it automatically sounds better, but I think there's something in the pedal when you crank the volume a little bit there. It just sounds meaty. No vegetarian option. Let's crank the gain all the way up. Boom. So yeah, Red Llama for a fraction of the cost, and I had quite a fun time building it and experimenting with the paint job, even though probably wouldn't go that route again. I'd probably spray it white and then get my girlfriend to draw the artwork on rather than doing the brush painting. But hey ho, lessons learned. It was just fun to experiment with, to be honest. And like I said, the actual build process of the circuit board was pretty in-depth. You've got to really concentrate, but it was a lot of fun and really rewarding when you get it all together, turn it on the first time, and it works. So if you want to try this yourself, go check out Jed's Peds. I'll put a link to their website below. There is so many options on that website of different overdrives, fuzzes, reverbs, delays, modulation, any pedal you can think of. They probably do it. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon ticked to be notified of new videos. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.